All praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
All right, shalom, brothers and sisters in this truth. I'm your brother, Mr. LJ, coming to you again with another lesson. Lord willing, this will be edifying to those of you who are tuning in. And today I'm going to go into something called Helter Skelter. And if any of you are old enough, you probably remember Charles Manson. He was the mass murderer. He was a cultist leader back in the 1960s who, murdered these people out here in California. Now, he had a vision. He said that he had a vision about Helter Skelter, which actually interestingly came from this album by the British rock band The Beatles from the 1968 album The Beatles, known as the White Album. And in this album contains lyric that Charles Manson said that he interpreted through visions that he was given about a up and coming race war here in America. Now we're going to take a look at what Charles Manson said, and we're going to mirror that with the scriptures and see exactly what really Charles Manson really saw. Okay, now you can understand during the 1960s there was a lot of things that was going on. You had the civil rights movement. You had America transforming. You had women's liberation. You had homosexuality really coming out in abundance at that time. And it was really the paving the way for what we see here today, which is a really wicked queendom. Okay, so now I'm going to read this here, and then we're going to go and match this up with the some precepts that I have, and show that these Edomites are in denial. They don't know the scriptures. They also follow these type of lies that is portrayed from these wicked men here in Babylon. And this is reason why you see the way they look at us and the way they treat us because of some of these things. Now let's take a look at this. Okay, we're going to go into Wikipedia, which kind of bring out segments of this Helter Skelter. And it said, according to Bugliosi, black men would thus be deprived of the white women whom the political changes of the 1960s had made sexually available to them, and would lash out in violent crimes against white people. According to Watkins and Tex Watson, frightened white people would retaliate with a murderous rampage, and militant black people would exploit it to provoke a war of near extermination between racist white people and non-racist white people over the treatment of black people. Then the militant black people would arise to finish off the few white people who survive and kill off all non-black people. Watkins goes on to say that in this Holocaust, the members of the enlarged family would have little to fear. They would wait out the war in a secret city that was underneath Death Valley, which they would reach through a hole in the ground. They would be the only remaining whites upon the race war's conclusion, and they would emerge from underground to rule the blacks, who, as the vision went, would be incapable of running the world. At that point, Watkins says, Manson would scratch the black man's fuzzy head and kick him in the butt and tell him to go pick the cotton and go be a good nigger. Now, so as you can see here, with that illusion that this man had, okay, and this is the vision he got, okay, this vision he got that the so-called white man would wipe out each other. Now, that is a truth that the white man is going to fight each other, and basically decimate each other, okay, and also part of that judgment that's coming against them from Yahawashi is going to be the terror of Judah coming upon them. Now let's go into the book of Isaiah 19:2, and it says, I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, that's white man against white man, so-called white man, okay, and they shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor, city against city and kingdom against kingdom. And we got to understand that Edomites aren't necessarily just the pasty, pale looking people that we see out there. A lot of Edomites also look like so-called Negroes in this country, and also so-called Latinos and so-called Asians. Okay, remember Satan it was spreading the seed all over the place through rape, pillage, and robbery. Okay, so they will be fighting each other. And how is this fight going to start? It is not going to start because the so-called black man didn't get some punani from the doggone so-called white woman. No, this is going to start because what? You're going to see this judgment come down, and we're starting to see it right now. You have the blue state versus the red state. You have non-waxers versus the waxers. You have certain states that are mandating, and other states are saying hell no. You have people uprising against the doggone government and not respecting their prince words because they see it as wickedness and getting on to their and depriving them of their amendment rights, which we know those amendment rights is to bear arms, okay, their constitutional rights, okay, bear arms, freedom of speech, and they're not being able to have that right now. We see in the society fall, okay. Now you keep looking at this, okay. Now there's going to be this murderous rampage. So-called militant blacks would exploit the war after, meaning that the so-called black man is going to go and take out whatever remains of this great war that's going to go between the white man, okay, the civil war that's going to go between the white man, that black man would exploit. That's not true, okay, that is not true, because Jake, okay, right here, Isaiah 19:17 says, and the land of Judah shall be a terror unto Egypt. Everyone that maketh mention thereof should be afraid himself, because of the concept of the Lord of hosts, okay, which he had determined against it. Okay, part of that war, part of that judgment, okay, is when the Egyptians are going against each other because there's no food, no jobs, no nothing, and society's collapsed. Jake is also going to be going up against them also too. Why? Because that's part of the 2/3 that's going to be cut off. That's going to be in this skirmish that's going to be going on here. Why? Because they put their hope and faith into Egypt, and now it's all gone. So they no longer now going to be listening to the police or anybody anymore. Jake is going to be a terror. Okay, so that terror that they have feared all their life is going to come to pass. Okay, continuing to look at this. Okay, so he goes on and said that they're going to be underground and they have nothing to fear because they're going to be safe underground in this hole in the damn desert. Okay, and they're going to emerge to become kings again and rule over the niggas, because the niggas can rule the earth. That's not true. Okay, Jeremiah 16:16 says, behold, I will send many fishers. Okay, and there are fishers right now. You got the apostle, the brothers, the teachers, the elders, okay, right now, testifying every day, crying out to the Lord every day, okay, said the Lord, they shall fish them, and after I will send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rock, okay, and that's these Edomites. That's what's going to happen. These holes are not going to save you in the desert, okay, every holes of the rock. Babylon will be destroyed, and all around this world, there will be a campaign to go and hunt the rest of you damn wicked ass doggone Edomites, okay, and you other nations out there that has contributed, okay, to Jake suffering across this earth, okay, and that includes the dark-skinned looking Edomites, okay. You're going to get hunted out of the rock, okay. So we're going to keep looking at this. Now let's go down further here, and let's go to this part, okay. It says Rocky Raccoon. Now take a look at this, okay. Let's go. It says coon right here. This is one of the songs, okay. You know that that's a word that's used for black people. You know the line, Gideon checked out and left no doubt to help good Rocky's revival, revival. And he said it means coming back to life. The black man is going to come into power again. Gideon checks out means that it's all written out there in the New Testament in the book of Revelation. Sick. Okay. Now these people have an idea that we are the real Jews. Okay. Okay. They're not going to say it, but it's spiritual. They came out and they said that. Okay. See, because the tongue falling on themselves. Revelations 11:11 says, and after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from Yahweh entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. Okay. So you're right. We are going to have a revival. The so-called black man is going to come back into power again, because we now know we were the rulers of this earth before. We know we had this man in subjugation for 1,000 years in the pit, okay, in the bottomless pit. We know that we are from a royal bloodline, the house of David, okay. So we know that we're going to come back. So that's interesting that they would pick that up, okay. Blackbird, okay, and this is all in that Beatles album here, and it says, what it says here. Tex wrote, the white establishment would slaughter thousands of black people, but actually only managed to eliminate all the Uncle Toms. Okay, that's good. Since the true black race would have hidden, waiting for their moment. Okay, now that's not true. Now we're not going to be hiding. Okay, I already mentioned that we have already stood on our feet. We are testifying against this man boldly. Okay. A very large spiritual army is being built as we speak right now. Okay. And hopefully the hopefully elect are being sealed. Okay. We're looking for our redemption. Now, he said, eliminate all the Uncle Toms. Okay. Let's go to the book of Zechariah 13:8. It says, and it shall come to pass that in all the land, said the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the 3rd part shall be left therein. So he's kind of right in such a way. You're right. All the Uncle Toms, okay, the 2/3 who love this kingdom is going to be eliminated. Okay, that's the reason why I mentioned earlier. Okay, in the book of Isaiah, okay, that the land of Judah should be a terror unto Egypt. Who going to be those the Jews that are going to be terrorizing Egypt? Okay, that's going to be the 2/3. Okay. Because they're going to be the ones that's going to be scoffing out there for food and resources. Why? Because they have a trust in this kingdom. They want to continue to live in it. The rest of us are not going to be doing that. Why? Because we're going to have a hedge of protection, Lord willing, if we are part of that hopefully elect. Okay? We're going to have a hedge of protection. We're not going to be out there scrambling around for food. We're going to eat. Yahawashi said it. His servants will eat. Okay? Roughly paraphrasing. Okay? So he's actually right about that, since the true black race, meaning the true Hebrew Israelites, okay, the chosen one, the house of David, would have hidden, waiting for their moment. We're not going to be hiding. As he speaks, we would just have the hedge of protection. We will not be involved in the foolishness out there, because when the time comes, we will go and hunt you out in those caves. We'll be given crowns, okay? We'll be given crowns, okay? We will be set in high places. We will have been lifted up. And then we will be waiting for that moment. The moment we're waiting for is return of Yahawashi, our King, our true power, to come and rule over this earth and take this man and put him down where he belongs, which is in the bottomless pit. Okay? And finally here, Helter Skelter. Okay? And he says, and this is part that says, lyric, look out, Helter Skelter, she's coming down fast. Yes, she is. Meaning, and this is what he said, the upcoming explosion of race-based violence is imminent. No, here's what's really imminent. Okay? You can go back to Genesis 27:40 when it says, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherein with his father blessed him. And Esau said aside, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then I will slay my brother Jacob, which he's been doing. He's been slaying us. And he's planning on slaying more. But he's going to be given that 2/3 to be slain. Okay? That's going to be all that mass confusion that's going on there. So that is true. There is a war coming, and that violence is imminent. You're going to have the Egyptians against the Egyptians. You can have Jake is going to be involved with that, okay? And when you talk about the Egyptians against the Egyptians, like I said earlier, okay, it's not only going to be just these pasty-looking people. You can have all Edomites look like everybody, okay? They look like everybody. The same thing with the tribe of Israel. Looks like everybody, okay? So only Yahawashi knows who is his chosen and who are the true Israelites. Only he knows that. We don't know it. Okay? Revelations 12:12 says, therefore rejoice ye heavens and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. And that is what really Helter Skelter in this guy's mind really is all about. Okay? This devil right now is here. This is the war that's going on right now to the people right now, because they want to travel when they're going to stop the traveling from going on. They want to go out and dine when all these restaurants are closing down and asking for asking if you have been, jibber jab, okay? All your work, if you like to be a slave in this nation, then you're going to have to be jibber jab, okay? Anything you want to do that's going to be wicked, let's get back to normal, let's get back to our wickedness, you are going to have to follow this damn devil. And this devil knows that he's going to be destroyed, so guess what? It doesn't matter if you follow him. You're going to end up destroyed anyways. All right. So Lord willing, this will be edifying. I just want to look and bring this out. I know some of you may not be old enough to remember this, and I know some of you. Well, I wasn't even born then, so but I did see the movies. I did read about this Helter Skelter. Okay, but it was just laughable at the fact that this guy, this is what the Edomite think, and this comes out in a lot of the elder apostles and the brothers out there. That these people think that, okay, well, if the white man is not in power, then it's going to be the Asian man, it's going to be the Chinese next. If it's not America, it's going to be Chinese, or it's going to be, this person or that person. No, it is going to be us, okay? And we are going to be able to rule, okay? So Charles Manson, you're dead already, but for all the rest of you damn Edomites out there like that who are actually still really hanging on to this, or you, and he has the If you look in his forehead, he has the Nazi sticker and the Nazi tattoo in his forehead here. For those of you who believe that we're incapable of running the world, we're going to be running the universe. All right? And the creator of everything is the so-called black man. All right? Yahawashi. Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahawashi, the creator of everything. All right? With that, I'd like to give all glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahawashi, Ba'Shem Rakakadash. Double honors to the teachers and elders and brothers from Great Millstone. To you brothers out there that are putting out the truth daily, feeding the sheeps. And to you brothers and sisters that are tuning in, Shalom and DTA and Abba Baal. And yes, we can rule and we will rule and you will be subjected to us.